Hello, fellow Christians. Welcome to another session of Awakenings with Reverend Bill. Before we begin on the witches, I just want to put a statement out there that it may appear that I'm kind of a ghoul talking about demons and witches and all that kind of stuff. But the truth of the matter is that I've got a lot of other things to talk about: redemption and salvation, and talking about the saints, and a lot of very informative pieces of information. But I think it's important that we realize that the world we live in is a very dangerous place. And a few years ago, I knew nothing about any of this. And you're all inclined to say, yes, 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 Jesus loves us, we're going to go to heaven. And we don't realize the evil that lurks around us. And I'm aware of it, and I'm fighting it almost daily. And I think that once we realize how evil and far we have gotten from the Lord, that the more we want to get back to the Lord. So I'm not a ghoul. I'm just trying to show everyone what is out there, what we have to be careful of, because they're not going away, and they are looking at us. So we should look back at them. If that makes any sense, I don't know. But let's talk a little bit about witches. Who are witches? Well, they're just about anybody. They can be your teachers, your pastors, your priests, your neighbors, your brother, your parents, the people standing next to you singing in the choir. I actually found one of the most deadly witches I've ever met with someone I knew for almost 60 years. And I thought they were beyond reproach. I mean, I would have easily given my life for this person. And only to find out this person was very quietly plotting against me to kill me. So, yeah, I mean, you just cannot take anyone for granted. They're all over the place, and the funny thing is, everyone thinks like, oh, they're from, Africa. The witch coven that's after me is Irish, believe it or not. So they come in all shapes and sizes and nationalities. So never let your guard down. They're really evil. They really are. And furthermore, they can read the Bible. They can sing with you in the choir. They can hold a crucifix. As a matter of fact, there are some witches, that pray to Satan in the morning and attend church in the afternoon. And it's all part of their disguise. So how do you find them? I don't know. They have certain traits, but it could take years to figure it out. There's no easy way. I wish there was, where you could wave something at them and say some magic words and they'll reveal themselves. But no, they're very good. They're masters of disguise. As a matter of fact, there's one person I'm talking about. When I discovered them and I approached them, once they realized that they were exposed, the persona that I knew went away, and it was like a possessed person. I mean, it was scary. It really was. These people are not to be trifled with. There are ways of beating them, obviously, because after a few years, I'm still here. I'm still fighting them, but they're still looking for ways to kill me. But yeah, no, they can read the Bible. They can do all that. That's, it's a myth that, if they're not like vampires, where you pull out the, the crucifix and they cower. They don't. They'll read the gospel with you. They don't care. So anyway, let's talk a little bit more about them. What do they do? Well, one thing they do is they like to gain entry into houses. So, if you bring them into your house, this is something that I found out too. They come in here in a guise as being a friend, and they plant little trinkets around that are actually black magic. And that gives them entrance into the house whenever they want to. It opens up kind of a doorway or a passage, for lack of a better explanation for that. And that allows them to enter your house whenever they want to. So it's a rule in my house now that, I don't let anyone in unless I watch exactly what they're doing, because it's just bad news to have people walking around planting things in your house. Not a good thing at all. Another thing is that they do is they like to feed you food. If they feed you food, um, then they actually gain control over you. So yeah, I'm really careful. If I'm just hanging out and someone offers me a cookie, I'm really careful, because that's how they get you. They get you by the food, and once the food's inside you, it's hard to get it out. You need to actually. There are certain prayers to expunge the evil in you, but yeah, you got to be careful with that too. Now let's talk a little bit about this myth about good witches. There are no good witches. Okay. White magic, that makes me laugh. And I've mentioned this, I think, yesterday a little bit with the fortune tellers and the seances and the tarot cards. There are only two sources of power. Okay. So if you talk about white witches, I would ask you, okay, well, as a white witch, where's the power coming from? And I am quite sure you would not say Jesus Christ. I think we can all assume that Jesus Christ is not going out there giving power for horoscopes and tarot cards and white magic and white witches and all this nonsense. He's too busy working on salvation and protecting us. So if it's not Jesus Christ, where's the power coming from? There's only one other source, and that's Satan. So white magic, black magic, it's all the same. It's just a way of kind of giving you a false sense of security, like, well, the magic's kind of harmless, I mean, it's just little white magic. No, it's magic, and magic only comes from one place, and that's the heart of Satan. So do not get lulled into good witches and bad witches and white magic and black magic. That's nonsense. It really is. Jesus would never get involved with that kind of stuff. Now let's talk about how they gain power. Witches can cause sickness and disease. I do know for a fact that witches can kill. They're trying to kill me right now, but and they're not very successful, obviously. But they have killed people that I know. How they usually do it, cancer is their favorite, giving you cancer. Signs of a witch attack with illness is usually the doctors don't understand it completely. They're confused. Okay, that's one of the things. Like, let's say a person has colon cancer, and colon cancer doesn't run the family, and nothing really makes sense. When the doctors start scratching their head, that's usually a sign of witchcraft. And what happens is when they kill people, they usually go for people they're close to as a sacrifice to Satan. So it's probably a person like a sibling, a close friend, a spouse. When they do this, they actually gain power from Satan. It's an offer to Satan. So they actually gain strength by sacrificing people that are really close to them. And when they do, they get promoted and they get stronger. Another sign is when this person's going into the later stages. If a person shows up and stays with them towards the end, there's a good possibility that's the witch, because what the witches do is when a person's kind of like going into the twilight of their illness, they show up to make sure that the doctors don't find a cure. They kind of go there to seal the deal. They'll talk about things that maybe didn't happen, or they'll exaggerate to throw people off. They're there to make sure that, this person's in the final stages of their death. Let's not rock the boat. Let's go there and just, pretend to care. But what they're really doing is they're planting seeds of confusion. They also might play New Age music, which is, I don't know if you know this or not, but New Age music is actually satanic. So if they come in and they're saying, oh, we got some really nice music we want to play for the person, it's probably going to be New Age. And that's satanic music. So yeah, that's another way. If a person's sick and someone comes out of the blue playing New Age music, that's your witch. Now, another thing is they actually go to a council. And when they go to a council, they're assigned people to kill or to make miserable. And that assignment is very important to them. They're relentless because if they don't achieve that, then they go back to the council and the council is probably going to punish them. So when I say that people are trying to kill me, they're not going to relent because if they go back to the council and they say, yeah, Reverend Bill, he's still alive, we can't kill him, they're probably going to have to sacrifice something, who knows what, but it's not going to be easy and it's not going to be nice. So these people are absolutely determined to fulfill their missions. So that's why they're so determined. Anyway, that's it for now. Again, I'd like to keep these things under 10 minutes, or this is a little over, but I hope you liked this. I hope it's informative. If you do, please like, share, and subscribe. And if you didn't like it, then I'm sorry. Maybe some subjects I'll touch on later on. But I do thank you for your time, and I'll talk to you later. This is Reverend Bill from Awakening signing off. Thanks. Bye.